Countdown begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, good evening. How's it going? It's been a few days, and we haven't even been live in like a week, man. It's like we haven't even been here. Dash. It's been forever.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. Oh crap. We filmed a podcast episode
did.
like pre-record. That's why it doesn't feel like we've
Yes.
been live.
Yes, and that was on the 6th, 5 days ago now. So,
Yeah.
it's been a while. So welcome everyone.
Hey everybody.
Man, and a bunch of news. We haven't gone every single day because we didn't want to just beat the dead horse with the same old news. It kind of, especially over the weekend, man. It got quiet, so quiet. And today it was like, bam, news drop. So we'll backtrack a little bit if it's still relevant, but man, let's get after it. There's so much. But okay, actually, we didn't discuss this. We initially called this a World Cup semifinal. Did we just get the World Cup stuff out of the way? Because that'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it'll be fast.
Yeah, and then we'll deep dive into the Juve stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I do want to say, didn't I call Argentina on penalties? I said they would cheese their way through.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I said that. I'm like, these guys are gonna cheese their way through, and then they did, and I was like, crap.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think the one that like threw everybody for a muck was Morocco knocking out Ronaldo.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't get to catch that. I was at work. I was like rushing home trying to catch a bit of it, and man, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, Fernando Santos, man, you're a terrible coach because literally all he was telling his entire squad to do that entire game was cross the ball and hope for a prayer. And like if Morocco had like a competent striker instead of that one, I think it's Chitharu or whatever number 21 is, because that guy is absolute garbage. But like it should be 4, maybe 3-4 Morocco that game. That guy cannot put a chance away to save his life.
Yeah, it's wild though what Morocco is doing, and I have to question: do you get on the bandwagon? I understand it's France, the reigning title holders. And they're the first team to possibly go back to back in 60 years. And this French team could do it.
Yeah.
They're looking pretty decent overall. But Morocco, and if I'm not mistaken, former colonizers of the country. So maybe a little beef there.
Low key, it could be. I'll just say this: if anyone's supporting Morocco and hates Allegri ball, that's kind of ironic. That's kind of ironic because the funny thing is I was seeing on Twitter over the weekend and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Croatia and Morocco are heroes to the society and blah 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 blah." And then you look at their Twitter history and they're like, "Allegri ball sucks. It's the most uninventive football ever. Dinosaur age tactics." And I'm just kind of like,
you're the one that clicked into their history.
I did. I chuckled. So, well, it was funny because Adrian made a comment of it where he, instead of using Allegri ball, he used Fernando Santos ball in 2016 with Portugal. Because Portugal played Allegri ball in 2016, won the Euro without winning a game and all that stuff. And everybody absolutely clowned on Portugal. But, Croatia has not won a knockout game. Every game has gone into extra time or penalties. So they've technically not won one.
But then this begs the question, and I've been harping this, that they can't go deep. Okay, I'm wrong.
That's what she said, but anyway.
Yeah, but they've played 2 very deep games, like went the distance, right? So, man, can they keep on going? And these are the big questions. Morocco, like, come on, what are you even doing here? In Croatia, okay, you've done it again. You've been here before. I understand. But you're all 4 years older, and you just did 2 back-to-back penalty games. I'm like, how do you have anything left?
Oh, they do. They train for it. I'm 100% sure they actually train for late games. Like, you look at the first 90 minutes against them in Brazil. They did not take a single shot, and they're just like, we'll continue to defend, drag this out, and then the moment Neymar scores, They just go out and absolutely just throw in one shot and score it. And this is where I give Croatia a little bit more credit than Morocco. And like low key, I'm going to be honest, I'm happy for Morocco, but they piss me off because they're your typical like cowardice team where they get one goal and then they put 15 players behind. It's like it's just how they do. And all credit to them, respect to them, but it just irritates me because like I was watching that Portugal game and I'm like, really, this is because in my opinion they really screwed a really good semifinal matchup between Portugal and France. Like that's my opinion. That would have been a great semifinal.
It would have. I know, and the commentator wouldn't stop going on about how all of the African world and all of the Arab world is banding behind Morocco right now.
Guess what? I don't care.
And yeah, maybe people do care about that. I get that it's a very nice storyline headline to go on about, but I think a lot of it is Morocco is so boring to watch because they just throw everything in the back. It does kind of drag out. It is very much a Allegri ball. And I mean, what do you have to commentate on? So you just make stories up. I mean, he just tries. You got to give him credit, I suppose. He's trying to make this whole highlight out of this game, this whole storyline. But at the end of the day, man, it's ruining my biggest thing.
It is, but and the thing is we can look at it from the other perspective. Like Portugal, come on, man, you guys had a super squad.
Man.
Like seriously,
they should have. And now the whole storyline, because I was really buying into this storyline up until that point of Ronaldo Messi final.
Yeah, I bet you FIFA called Morocco and said, "Hey, man, you guys just costed us billions of dollars. We're gonna make sure you get out in the next round." Hey,
that or Ronaldo has just lost enough stock after this Piers Morgan thing or whatever, and FIFA they're writing him off now, and Messi's the golden boy. Maybe is this the conspiracy?
I don't know. I think FIFA would have not missed a payday with a Messi because could you imagine that a Messi Ronaldo final? Like that would have been a ridiculous payday that they did not. The I'm pretty sure FIFA didn't expect it, and I think FIFA's pissed off. If we want to be, if we want to be Sam Adamo with conspiracy theories,
sure, yes, and he's got some pretty hot podcasts coming out very quickly right now. So I mean, the Calcio podcast. He just released another one today.
I think he did, yeah.
But. Man, like that commentator said, the whole African and Arab world, that's pretty much like at least 50% of the world.
4 billion people?
Yeah. Of the 9 that we have. So that's a lot of viewership, a lot of support. That's definitely penetrating a market that, I mean, there's a bit of money in it. It's a large one. That definitely very large, especially if you're getting into like the Emirates. There's money there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad that Ronaldo's out because that means iShowSpeed's not going to be watching the World Cup anymore because he's like a huge Ronaldo fanboy. He was like
Who's
crying.
this guy?
He's a Twitch streamer, I think. iShowSpeed. Guy's like a huge Ronaldo fanboy. Like someone tricked him by bringing in a Ronaldo doppelganger, and he's like crying Ronaldo, and the guy's like, "It's not me."
Oh man!
So who do you got? Who do you got? Croatia versus Argentina.
I think they're both crap. Is that too bold to say? No. Like, not that they're crap. They're obviously in the semifinals. They are decent teams. I just don't think either one of their styles of play has been overly convincing.
Yeah, well, and the thing is for me, the one big indicator is Argentina blew a 2-goal lead against the Netherlands. Yes. Like, I thought that was a big minus on their part.
And Croatia, if they can get a goal ahead, man, they can drop back too. Yeah. They can defend.
I really think that Modric cuts off Messi's ball supply. I think Croatia cheese by those guys. And then I think France beats Morocco. I think it's going to be a 2018 rematch. And this time I think Croatia wins it.
Now, here's the question at the Morocco side of things. Is this the end of the line? Or is there some sort of magic with Morocco? That's the thing. Like, it's France now. They have to go up against the cheat code Mbappe.
I don't see a way Morocco makes it through.
Like, it doesn't matter. They can put all 10 guys in the box, and
he'll just dribble through them. He'll just dribble through them all. Or Giroud
well, just like chip it over in the top. Yeah, Giroud will do something ridiculous.
Because here's my thing with the difference between Portugal and France is Portugal, even with Ronaldo on the field, didn't really have a target man, a number 9. Giroud is that guy, and
Yeah,
Giroud
is he not one of the only true out number 9s in this tournament of any stature?
I think he's the only one, and the only one.
Lewandowski maybe, but he had no midfield.
Yeah, so like the thing is like a lot of people, and what happened against England, Giroud stepped up, clutched it as a number 9 with a header. Morocco isn't prepared to deal with a team with a number 9, because if you look at the group that they played in, so they played in their group with
Canada, Croatia, Belgium.
Yep. So the only number 9 that they really had to deal with was Lukaku, and I don't even think Lukaku played that game. So they played with Batshuayi, and he's not really a number 9. And then Canada, you guys don't really run a true number 9. You guys run 2 strikers, a left forward, a right forward, Jonathan David, and then I forgot the other player.
They played a 3-4-3 and then changed. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did something.
Yeah, but the idea is they play with a guy that gets in behind the defender. It's not a guy that takes the ball and sucks in a center back. And then Croatia, I don't even think Croatia plays. Croatia doesn't even have no, but like, because Croatia doesn't have Mandzukic anymore, so they have something like, it's not even a number 9 per se, but France. Lovren's their center back.
Oh, who am I thinking then?
It's the guy that scored the goal against Brazil, but I forgot his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta look it up.
But the thing is where France is a different beast per se is because Giroud can play make and he can score. Portugal didn't have that in the middle, and Portugal is so stupid, man, that they were doing these long, intricate passes and long balls, and they don't even have a striker or a number 9 to get those balls. But
is it Lavia?
It might be. I think so.
It's the L. I remember the L.
Okay. But tactically, I think France has a huge edge because Hakimi has to watch Mbappe. So Hakimi and Mbappe essentially would theoretically cancel each other out. And then all of Morocco's players would have to create or do something. And besides Amrabat, which I think Rabiot is absolutely going to pocket him without any difficulty, I don't see Morocco standing a chance. The only way Morocco has a chance is if they cheese a corner kick and go up 1-0. That is it.
And then put 10 guys in the box.
Yeah, and then put 11 guys in the net plus their coach. That looks like Amrabat. We got to be honest here. Like, yeah, for me, I don't see anything crazy out of Morocco. You know, you always have one of those teams that makes one of those memorable runs playing hyper defensive, and then that's it. Like, it's like Chelsea in 2012 with Roberto Di Matteo, where they put 12 players in the bus and beat Barcelona and then cheese their way against Bayern Munich. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a win's a win. It's going to go in the history books as I'm winning the Champions League. But, you know, for us watching it in real time, it's cheese.
So the semifinals we're kind of concluding are cheesy.
Yes. It's the battle of the cheese.
It kind of could be. I mean, France could just run away.
I think they could. And I think we're more than likely to see France run away with it than to see the latter. But
yeah, could I just put it on record? That match against England was the first and only time I have cheered for France. I mean, I had to pick my evil. Sure, I understand that.
He chose croissants and baguettes instead of
I chose with my stomach. I mean, I'm a dude. Of course I did. Where would I rather eat? England? Or, I mean, who knows? They don't have a cuisine. Mashed potatoes? I don't know.
I think that's a Southern American kind of thing.
Well, they got bangers and mash, right?
No, I mean, if anything, I think they copied it from Ireland. Ireland's the potato expert.
I know, and I married an Irish girl, and her brother married an actual Irish girl. Like, man, they make potatoes taste so delicious. Like, not that they're not already delicious, but they take them to the next level, man.
Hey, well, if that's the only thing that your area, your climate can sustain is crop growth, you tend to
sheep, man. So many sheep.
Yeah,
Wow,
they're
they're cheap.
you tend to improvise. You tend to utilize some really cool stuff if all you can grow is potatoes.
Yeah,
You'll have like roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes, scalloped potatoes,
but they're so good.
taters,
Like it's
tater tots.
ridiculous.
Well, yeah, think about it, Dave, because potatoes have a bunch of carbohydrates that absorb the alcohol, so that's why they can drink a
It's
lot
true,
longer.
man, and it's true. The liquor there does taste better. My favorite beer is Kilkenny, and I did tell my wife. I do have a story here. I know nothing about this city. I just know I love the beer. And like, if we ever go to Ireland, we're going to Kilkenny. So I know some people call it Kilkenny. It is actually pronounced Kilkenny.
They must hate
Anyways,
Kenny.
yeah, they hate Kenny.
Yeah, screw Kenny.
So turns out we went to the West Coast. It was like maybe a half-hour detour. And I'm like, hey, let's go. We go in. It turns out it's this beautiful medieval city with this huge castle and like black brick stone too. So it was beautiful. Anyways, finally did get to the brewery. Sorry, the beer store. I was gonna say get to the brewery. It's like 4:35. The place is almost closed. I'm like, oh no. So the lady actually snuck us into the back. You were supposed to do the whole tour around the place. I'm like, man, I've made beer before. I don't need you to tell me how to make beer. I came from Canada. You're my favorite beer. Just like, could you get me the beer before you guys close? And she's like, all right. She opens the back door. And she's like, manager isn't looking. She like shuffles us in. I'm like, perfect. And I see like a flight of beers. I'm like, I want the flight. And they just put like the 5 beers in front of me, and the place is closing in 20 minutes. And I just hand my wife the car keys because she doesn't drink beer. She did this for me. And I'm like, thank you. And I'm just there, just doing down the line, the 5 beers. And like, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah. I just pet her on the head too when you hand it to her.
Yeah. No, I do love Ireland. It was a great country. I would 100% go back. I got so many stories of the place. And I mean, I guess technically I have family there as well now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I had an intern that she did a semester abroad in Ireland, and she told me some really cool stories. And I was like, oh yeah, sounds like Europe.
Yeah. Man, Europe is cool. I got so used to driving on the wrong side of the road with 0 space and like just cobblestone walls on either side. It was like playing a video game everywhere you drove. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, especially like driving in Albania, where like you have traffic lights and nobody listens to the traffic
Well,
lights.
I
You're just
imagine that place is a wreck. Yeah.
yeah, they're looking at me and like, oh gosh, you're such a Westerner, and I'm like,
Yeah, in
sigh.
Michigan, everyone there drives a Suburban.
Yeah, it's like a Suburban or an F-150. I think
Yeah.
mostly an F-150.
Yeah, depending how suburban you are.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say,
guess.
you want a Michigan stereotype? Backwards hat, a flannel shirt, as I am wearing right now, and an F-150 or some sort of pickup truck.
White
Boom.
Oakleys?
No, that's more
No
of the
White
South.
Oakleys. Okay.
That's more of the South. We don't get that much sunshine in Michigan, so.
Fair enough. All right, so let's get back on topic. So we think France. France is taking it.
Yeah, we think it's what is it, Croatia-France final rematch? Oh, you haven't even picked Croatia-Argentina yet. You just said they're both cheese.
I did, yeah. Okay, so I'm picking France. I have to. I don't want to get on the bandwagon.
No, I know, but Dave, you got to pick a winner between Argentina and Croatia.
I know. I'm locking into that. I'm just putting that on the record so it's clear. So moving on to Argentina and Croatia, I have no idea. I have a love-hate relationship with Argentina right now. Traditionally, I love them, but they're
bush leaguers.
They kind of are.
Like, I'm sorry, like Emi Martinez. Like, I don't know, like
the haircut too. You know how I hate bad haircuts.
It's just like, for me, it's like that dude always comes in and picks a fight with somebody. Like, I'm all for it when you're, trash talking, competitive and stuff like that. And, it's the same way I am in real life. Like, I'll trash talk you in the game, but at the end of the game, I'll give you I'll shake your hand. Hey, man, good fight. Let's do this again. But yeah, Emi Martinez, I think he's a guy that takes that crap way too seriously. And he's like a good villain. Like, honestly, I think he is probably, it's weird.
Looks like one.
He's like Messi's pit bull. like seriously, like,
more like a Chihuahua. One of those yappy ones.
Yeah, like, I kind of would pay to see it if there was a picture of Messi with a chain around Emilio Martinez's neck and just holding him like a dog, because that's pretty much how he is. Like, if anything happens to Messi, like, Emilio Martinez just goes up and just goes, arr, arr, arr. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's cheesy right there. What's this though of Messi kind of losing it and and taunting the Dutch manager and fans.
Oh, so that's like some backstory with Van Gaal and Messi. So there was an
Yeah.
Argentinian player that was at Barcelona when Messi was a rookie, and he was like, the Argentinian number 10. I am gonna get persecuted because I forgot the dude's name. I just literally saw a documentary on it. But so long story short, there's an Argentinian player that Van Gaal never wanted, but Barcelona got him as a political transfer for some reason. That's what the board got. Van Gaal benched him, essentially ruined the dude's career, and Messi idolized that guy because this was when Messi was like 16, I think,
Okay.
16, 17. And that guy had a celebration where he would do this. So when Messi scored the goal, Messi went in front of Van Gaal and did that
That makes
celebration.
so much sense now.
And then from what I heard, and what I heard was apparently part of the Dutch's tactics were to harass and trash talk the Argentinian players, which might explain why Argentina kind of had like when they won the penalty shootout where they're doing a lot of hand gestures to the Dutch. But it's football, it's the game. Like, a lot of people. The thing is like, so this is a little segue into trash talk, but trash talking is part of the game. There's like, for example, certain grounds for trash talking where, okay, you're crossing the line. But, if it's about like, oh, hey, man, you missed that shot, you're a bum, blah, blah, blah. I get it. That's part of the game. I'm fine with that. But once you start saying, yeah, you shot that ball like I shot your mom, then you're like, okay, no. So, because a lot of people sit there and be like, oh, why are they trash talking? Why don't you play the game? Like, you don't understand. Like, trash talking actually helps you play a lot better because it gets you alert. It gets you focused where you're like, okay, this guy's coming at me. All right, I'll give him the smoke. I'll come at him with this, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. Again, it's to a healthy extent. Not when you're going out and saying, this guy has a gimpy leg because of X, Y, and Z or blah, blah, blah. Then you're crossing the line. But
you know what I love? And I've had this happen where you trash talk the guy so hard. It was actually hockey. It was floor hockey. So bush league hockey essentially. But Buddy was like diving all over the place. And let me tell you, hockey players do not like soccer. Like, these are some redneck dudes, right? So he's slipping all over the place. And I just like push myself over the bench because we're playing on a hockey rink without ice. So it's like you got the boards, the benches, everything. So I just like lean over. It's like, hey, buddy, if you want to learn how to play soccer, I'll take you out back later. And then he just like gets up and looks at me. He's like, man, that was actually pretty funny. Like, he actually stopped playing. Is this that? Yeah, man, that was actually pretty funny. And we shook hands after the game. Like, that's perfect. I love those situations.
Yeah, like I do it. So like I got a friend of mine that me and him have grown up together, and we always trash talk each other when we play. So like I remember it was like a week or so ago. He's got an open shot on net, and I'm playing against him, and I'm playing on defense. I back off him, and I look at him, and I say, "Shoot it, you bleeping baby!" And he kind of looks at me, and he hesitates, and he shoots it and misses the shot completely. And I look at him like, that's what I thought. I live rent free in your head, bud. Don't even need to step in to cover you.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's just we talk trash, but like. Yeah, it's part of the game. Like I saw a lot of comments talking about that, how like are faceless and blah blah blah. I'm like, guys, man, you have not seen anything from the 90s. Like if you guys have seen sports in the 90s, like this is mellowed out compared to back then. Like some trash talk in the 90s.
We've gotten so sensitive. Here's another one I remember, and I was playing bush league soccer, and Buddy was bombing down the left wing. And I knew he was good. I didn't realize he played at the national level. I was playing like beer league. He was just kind of like playing for fun, I guess. I don't know. And I just like start charging him down the wing. And like, I got you, buddy. And I was just like cursing on. And he just like blows right past me and crosses it, and they score. And he just looks at me and like, yeah,
you got me.
That was nice. That was nice. Okay.
Yeah, the funny thing too is like when you start bantering, and it's always the washout collegiate athletes that take it personal.
Yeah.
Like you're playing in a league just to mess around and have fun, and then you kind of just start trolling or trash talking somebody. It's always that one, or it's always those former college athletes that like couldn't hack it in college and are wash up rejects, and like they just take it extremely personally, and then they start taking it seriously. Where it's like you trash talk them, and then next play they come up and try to injure you when you're not paying attention. Like, oh my god,
or the trust fund kids.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They're so they're so entitled.
I remember this one time, this one kid was like acting a fool, and I was like guarding him, and I block him, and he yells, just, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Hey man, easy there. Your daddy issues are coming out." And he's just like, "No, no, they're not." And then I'm like, "No."
Oh man, no, I know. It's just sometimes it cuts way too deep too easily, and then it's like, man, all right, you got
Hey,
you got to sort your stuff out, man.
It's what? It's a common tradition when you trash talking, roasting yourself. I mean, like, think about it. You get your group of guys together, you're doing stuff, you always trash talk each other.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
why isn't it different in sports? Because it's the same thing with the whole McKennie thing with the shirt, drying his hands off. Everyone's like losing their mind. It's a disrespectful. Like, no, when I'm doing it with people I know, it's
I bet you that photographer is like, man, McKennie wiped himself on me.
and he's like, I am going to frame this penny and not do anything to it.
Yeah,
That is what he's gonna do with it.
Maybe put that in a shadow box, man. He'll probably have that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but speaking of trash talk, we can talk about and segue into our first news article to all of those Serie A clubs.
I'm going to Argentina. Sorry. Okay, go on.
All right. So I totally forgot you didn't pick.
I just threw it out there. I don't know. I got to go with Argentina. I'm sticking.
He's like, all right, cool. Emi Martinez, trash talk more. I get you, Dave. I see how you are. All right, so going on to trash talking. So with all of the folks that were trash talking, saying Juventus Serie B incoming, Serie B loading,
yes.
According to some new reports that came out today, the judge of the preliminary investigations has rejected accusations presented by the prosecutors on the Prisma investigation. So Prisma is that whole capital gains COVID maneuvering case that was brought against us. He said capital gains are now customary to modern football, and the 2021 salary maneuver cuts are closely linked to COVID. So there is no foul play. I don't see a reason to bring this forward, and no bueno. So, I mean, this kind of puts us in a little bit of an awkward position because that means the board technically resigned for no reason.
So it doesn't mean that they can't be reelected to the board in January.
Yeah.
I think we forget that some of these guys may actually come back. We can't say that one way or the other. So many rumors are swirling around this. We'll talk about the juicier ones just because they're fun. But man, nobody really knows. And this just came out. So are there going to be countersuits? They made mention of investigating all these other teams. Will that even happen now if this got rejected?
You know what was funny? The day before this came out, there was a report, and this is allegedly a report that Napoli was under the same boat because of Victor Osimhen.
Oh yeah, the Osimhen talk, yes.
The Osimhen talk, because the 90 million that they spent for Osimhen. So
or the 60 or the 7, like again, nobody knows.
Nobody knows, yeah. So like that was one of those things, and then miraculously, because the thing is Cairo, and we said it with Adam Digby on our podcast episode, Cairo literally said himself, other teams are doing this.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if it's Juve's lawyers or John Elkin or whoever that's really fighting back against all this, but like we said it back then, I don't think there's really anything to worry about. I think it's going that way. I think it's fine. If anything, the board probably got canned just because of the financial loss that they had, but I don't know.
I mean, we've been calling a bit for a renewal. Renewals are always exciting to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. We needed new content, so we called Elkin and told him to fire the board.
Yeah. And then didn't give you any content for 5 days. So, I mean, no, it's, I don't know. I still think it's fairly early. I want to see what's happening in the next couple days. If this kind of starts to wrap up or if things start getting deeper, because it never just stops at that, right? People invest way too much to investigate the largest team in Italian football, knowing that it can open up a whole Pandora's box. They're not just going to stop there. I expect there to be more probing. They're gonna try to find the loopholes to keep on going at this. It may linger for months even. We might be talking about this in a couple of years. I mean, we definitely will if it blows up, but you know what I'm saying? Like if it lingers around, it could dry out. These things are messy. But I mean, here's the accountant. Do we have accountants? No accountants. Okay.
No, doubt it.
How about doctors? Because Vlahovic's groin is still really sore.
Wonder why. Like, what has he been doing in Qatar?
Man. His pulbalgia. This is pulbalgia. Pubalgia. How do you say
His
that?
penis?
Close. In that.
If there's anybody, I was gonna say, does it involve thrusting motions? Why it's tweaked?
Yeah. So I mean, it's still nagging him. Still. And he's gonna go to J Medical. It looks like he's gonna get checked out. He is returning. Today's the 12th. Yeah, he might be back. I don't even know what day it is. Man, that's weird. Where have I been?
I don't know.
I'm going into that Christmas twilight zone. It's starting to happen, man.
Yeah, we're in that like purgatory that's like you're almost at Christmas and then you're not at Christmas, and then there's like 2 stages of purgatory in December. You have the like 5 days, the week until Christmas, and then you have the gap week between New Year's or Christmas Eve and New Year's.
You know what's the worst? Is January 2nd when you realize it's all over.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm just sitting at home, and now all I have to do is put away all this beautiful, warming Christmas stuff and just be sad. And it's cold and miserable outside. Yeah, like, what's the point? It's just like throws you back into reality.
Yep. And then you're like, woohoo, 2023 career corporate year. Let's look at some stuff that I totally put away to the wayside for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm a little behind schedule on a couple of things. Yeah, that's no big deal. But yes, let's move on. So Dusan injured still. Who isn't injured is Freddie Church. Chiesa is working hard and he's looking good. He may be, and this is this Saturday, isn't it? That Arsenal match?
I think so.
Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be Chiesa Keane as a striking pair. That'd be pretty cool to watch, especially if Keane's still on fire.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that works. I'm very curious to see because those two, I don't want to say they have a similar MO, but those two need the ball at their feet and they're not target men. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works. So
they both just charge
straight forward.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, I'm kind of glad that all the Juve players got knocked out early per se because I don't think
just Rabiot
and Paredes,
yeah,
we haven't really used Paredes anyways. So.
Well, he hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah,
I mean, whether he's being used or not, like he's just
maybe because we just said Paredes Wings of Winter will come on and just give us a paragraph. But
yeah, he will. But I mean, there's continual talks as well. He's not getting re-signs. I mean, good riddance. You don't perform. Cool. You know what's exciting? A new player, maybe new prospect. He might fit into a certain role, but he doesn't pan out. I mean, whatever. You move on.
Yeah, happens.
No big deal.
So, yeah, we got Freddie Church and Moise Kean. Those two guys showed up to training camp in sweatpants and a hoodie. I saw it on Juve's official Instagram account.
Ready to train.
You know, it was funny because there was a video that IFTV did back in the day with Fiorentina when Chiesa was there, and they asked all the Fiorentina players who doesn't know how to dress, and they all
it was
Chiesa.
Yeah.
So Chiesa.
Dude,
I love Chiesa, man, because he just does not give an F, man. Like the guy will.
That's how I drive. Like, you're going to train. You're a professional footballer. Your job is to train. So your clothing of choice are trainers, sweatpants.
Yeah,
I do not show up. Like, I swear, like, especially if I'm going to hockey and go into those like brutal dressing rooms that reek. You think I'm showing up looking good? No, man, it's like borderline pajamas. You show up in that crap, like the stuff you paint your house in.
Yeah,
you don't show up in good clothes. That place is disgusting.
Tell that to Locatelli. The poor dude showed up in like a full-on trench coat, with like a turtleneck and khakis, and I'm like, bro, this ain't no pregame interview, man. You're going to training, like. Hell, yeah. Allegri shows up in Crocs and jeans, like.
No, there's my style right there. Now, if we had Sam Adamo, he'd be yelling. He's on the fashion side.
Yeah, no, Sam would be like, "Hey, man, what the fuck is this? You paid millions of dollars and you can't even come in here properly dressed, man. You come in here with an extra large hoodie and some sweatpants, baggy sweatpants."
He goes on. He had this thing about flip flops. He can't do the flip flops. I asked him. I sent him a message.
Really?
Like, are slides okay? Could I do slides? It was like they're like
Sam-
acceptable.
Yeah, Sam looks like a flip flop guy though,
He could be.
and it's
I
all
just-
fun. We love Sam.
I think he's just too stuck in the Montreal scene. So like he's too school for cool kind of idea.
I thought Toronto was too school for cool.
They're just a bunch of douchebags.
I mean, there's douchebags everywhere.
Yeah, Toronto's bad. They're pretty bad.
Speaking of the next douchebag, Weston McKennie. No, I'm just kidding. Speaking of the next news article, Weston McKennie is expected to go bye-bye. Looks like Dortmund and Chelsea are into him. I believe Tottenham still has some interest expressed in him, but I believe Juve is firm on 30 million euros, 30 million buckaroos, a Pulisic McKennie swap. Make it happen, Senior.
And I mean that has been popped up, but that Pulisic is gonna be on the market, and Juve want him. So. Yeah, I mean that sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, we called it here first too. We get Captain America with balls of steel.
Yeah, American for American too. It's a lateral move.
So this article, I can't even talk. I'm about to cough. But this point is interesting. So Zinedine Zidane will end up at the Juve project as something. Because
you butchered that one.
I did because I couldn't finish the sentence.
Okay. So this is an opinion piece from Mundo Deportivo. Anyways, put in context. I'll say this one for you. Just get your voice back. I think that Zinedine Zidane will end up on the Juve bench as the head of the old lady's new project. The continuity of Deschamps as coach of France will make him change his plans. So again, that's an opinion, but interesting nonetheless. I don't know if I can buy into that. You think if Deschamps wins another World Cup, he stays on?
I think he does. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing is and Zidane doesn't want to coach another team. I don't think he wants to coach a club team. I think he's done, man. Because the thing is for him, he's like, I won 3 Champions League back to back to back, and I don't want to crash my legacy. Because he's won everything as a club coach.
Yeah, but does he have the love for the old lady?
Yeah, but if anything, he would come in as a director or something.
Yeah.
I think he would come into the back office. I don't think or the front office. I don't think he cares too much about
perhaps
coaching. Because the thing is what? He wins another Champions League with another team and he has 4. I don't think he really cares. I think for him, if he wants anything, he'll win a World Cup or a Euro as a coach. And I think that would cement it. Because that's the one thing Ancelotti doesn't have. Ancelotti doesn't have national team trophies.
Oh, he might one day.
I don't know if he coaches Italy, but
yeah,
I don't think he will. He said he wanted to coach Canada, so you guys are going to win the World Cup.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he loves Canada. Ancelotti's wife is Canadian.
No, I had no idea. Cool. I mean, I don't know. I cool. I didn't know that. I'm trying to look for an excuse. I just don't know.
So crazy thing about it, Dave, is he actually stays in Toronto during the summer.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, that must be where his wife is from.
He just likes Canada.
Cool. I don't know.
Dave's like not even using it. Yeah, Canada, we're awesome. Canada, fuck yeah.
It's just like if you had the money, you can choose where to stay in Canada for the summer. It wouldn't be Toronto.
Vancouver?
Oh, or anywhere on the West Coast, 100%. Because you have the money. No normal person can afford to live there or be there for any length of time. But you got money, yes, 100% the West Coast. Place is gorgeous.
Except
Toronto is where you choose. Come on.
Just say except when the Canucks lose.
Nobody cares about them, man.
Alrighty, so barring news, so some new news, ironically. So if again you guys haven't seen this, I do have the 352 on our YouTube page for tactics. They want to do a 3-4-1-2, which the difference is it is a 3-5-2. It's just you have a number 10. Ironically, we're switching to a field that needs a number 10 when we let our number 10 walk last summer.
You mean that guy we owe $5 million to? Euros?
We don't owe him shit. He owes us more money for all the failed hopes and dreams that bum left us.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
trigger some Dybala fanboys and girls over it, but come on, man. Like, if I were Dybala, I wouldn't even ask for that money. I would give Juve money back because we gave him his big break. Guy absolutely flopped.
Yeah, he's still trying to pay off his used car salesman, I bet.
Yeah, he's got to go pay off Jorge Antun because I bet you Antun's like, yeah, I'll take all of this and you get 10% of this. Huh? Gosh, man.
And then he ends up with a Chevette.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's like, you know, when he left us, everyone's thinking he's going to get a solid offer, goes to Roma on half the money.
Yeah, he thought he was getting the Corvette. He got the Chevette.
Dude can't even play for Argentina. Alejandro Gomez has more World Cup minutes than Paulo Dybala. Let that sink in.
Like, is he healthy?
Yeah, he's healthy.
And he's just not playing.
No, they're not playing.
I thought for sure he was injured because it's just Dybala. It's like he's just being Dybala and being injured.
No. Like Alejandro Gomez. You guys remember him from Atalanta? Now he's like somewhere in Spain. He's like 35, 36 years old.
He's Seville.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah. I watched him play, yeah.
He has more World Cup minutes than Dybala.
That's awesome. I liked him.
That's hilarious in my opinion. Because Dybala and him are almost the same player. Yet he's played more than Dybala has. So like
he's pretty old though too, isn't he? In his 30s?
So and Dybala is theoretically supposed to be in his prime. So I don't know whatever Dybala did to Messi to piss him off, but yeah,
wild.
How does Dybala still have like a big fan base?
He's gonna get a World Cup and not even do anything.
I know. that's just gonna be super frustrating. Because there's always and then I bet you he's gonna be one of those players that flexes it too.
Oh yeah. I'll say.
He's gonna go to Roma and say, Roma, I want 12 million a season.
I'm a World Cup champion. I want 12 million.
So you know the funny thing, speaking of Dybala, Dybala was brought in by a general manager by the name of Beppe Morata, and Juve are in constant daily talks with Signor Beppe in hopes of potentially luring him back to the club.
Lots of Beppe Morata talk. I thought a lot of it was a bit of conjecture, but it just keeps on rolling. And it was all like, what if? And then today it's like, yeah, man, they're totally talking him every day. They're saying like it's happening now. Whereas yesterday it's like, you know, there's been no contact. It's just like, we've been talking about it. It's a nice idea. Now it's like, yes. So I yelled really. Did I get feedback?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But you know, the thing is though, Dave, it's like with Beppe, I'm a little bit 50-50 on him. I'm not like, oh, hey, let's go. Because like there's things he did right and then there's things he did wrong. Like bringing in Bernardeschi, that's on him. Like
where's the soundbite? You can't talk Burnham without the soundbite.
I know. Well done. Come on, DFC. Come on.
You
too lazy to push the button. I know. I'm sorry. You're not the first and not the last. But the thing is like there's a couple of deals that he did where I'm just like,
well done.
But
sorry, he's my boy.
But like the thing is like he brought in Bernardeschi, he brought in Douglas Costa. He gave Sami Khedira those extensions that were ridiculous and ludicrous because now it was a pain in the ass to offload him. Beppe was terrible at creating players that were sellable. We weren't able to get any value besides Pogba, and that was it. Like he might be good at going in the whole free agent market or like going in and grabbing players on a free, but I don't know. I'm not too convinced with him, and especially because like his Inter project isn't really anything crazy.
So he feels that he's being very much restrained by the Sunning Group. As we know, they're kind of controversial, and also just the Chinese government and how they restrict companies from investing in non-Chinese companies. So yeah, the money can be tight, and he's very frustrated with the restrictions.
Yeah, but I mean, what's to say that that's not going to be us too? Because I don't think he's going to be nilly-willy free spending with us. I mean,
no,
we've seen what Elkin and then have released the statements like we're looking at unknown talents, younger players, bring them in and develop them. Like there isn't going to be that $45-50 million purchase of a Bernardeschi at six. I think it was like $5 million a season. And that's the thing where I kind of like have my quarrel with Bernadeschi was he was brought in on a high contract, and the dude wasn't really, if he was in for 2 or 3 million and then kind of worked his way up, okay, I'd be fine with it. But like it's just how Beppe did contracts. Him and Paratici did some stupid contracts.
Yeah. I wonder though if they realize that the world has changed. Well, I mean, he's been at Inter, so you can kind of see what he's done there. I don't know if it's just because he hasn't had any choice, or maybe because he hasn't had any choice, he now has learned the more frugal approach of. I mean, he's still created a championship-winning team.
He did. No, absolutely.
And with probably a bit less resources, you can argue too. So he can do it. Apparently, he can do it. So why not?
I'm just a little bit disappointed that we lost to Riva Bene. I thought he was doing really well.
Yep.
Yeah, and speaking of, because he was able to get at this point, I think getting 80 million for De Ligt is absolute robbery with how terrible that guy was in the World Cup.
Oh man, yeah, and I've been noticing that too. Yeah, it's
the dude, and this is allegedly the dude told Van Gaal to bench him because he can't play in a 3-man defense.
He did not.
Look it up.
Let's talk about another defender, Smalling. I don't want to get hung up on De Ligt. I'm past him. I'm done with him.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't think after this World Cup, I don't think we would have got 80 million for him.
No, absolutely not. We sold him when we could. I
love Facebook. Bye.
I'm so confused.
He says I love Federico Bernadeschi. FB.
Oh, yes. Of course, yes. We all love Freddie.
Yeah, we all love Freddie. Not when he was with us, though.
I mean, he's still my boy. I wonder if I can actually buy his Toronto jersey yet. I'm looking this up right now.
I don't know. I think you'd have to wait for. Well, no, they should have had it released by now.
No, it just sold out, and you couldn't get it.
Really?
Yeah, like immediately.
That's nuts.
Like right away. And it has just been sold out.
Well, it's Canada, so like for them to ship in materials, it takes like 5 to 6 business months.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're still in Sydney. They still have Pozuelo. Like, what is going on? We got rid of Pozuelo and brought Bernadeschi in. Give me my Bernadeschi jersey. You guys are ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That's why you shouldn't have. You should have supported the Vancouver Whitecaps instead of Toronto FC.
You know what?
It's like you picking the Colts too for like an NFL team.
They're still selling the 2017 away jersey, and they have it's almost gone. The jersey's almost 6 years old. I mean, nobody cares.
It's a vintage.
You should be giving it away.
It's a vintage Javinko jersey.
If
Dave.
it was a Javinko jersey, I mean, sure. You know what? The Toronto Italians, that's actually where I end up getting a lot of my jerseys. They are selling the Buffon Parma jersey, buy one, get one free. And they're like trying to push this as this massive sale to just like get all the Buffon fanboys going just to buy a Parma jersey. I'm like, man, you know what? That actually might work. I looked at it, I'm like, nah, I'm not. No.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised. Yeah, because the group that owns them are based in the U.S., so I'm surprised you don't see that much Parma.
Oh, Yusuf is going to watch the Arsenal game. KF was looking for tickets. If you know how to get tickets, KF wants to know because he's in Leicester.
Yeah, he said he's gonna go down there, slide tackle somebody. Resident slide tackle, KF squad.
Yeah,
but yeah, so Smalling apparently is being offered $3 million a season to join us because his contract expires shortly.
Is that what we offered, or that's what Roma offered and he declined?
I think it was 2 to 3 million, something like that. Those were the numbers that I saw allegedly. If he's a replacement for Rugani, I don't see why not.
Yeah, he's depth. He's decent depth. I don't mind him.
He's tall, man. He's really tall. I'm kind of curious to see how he would match up with Bremer on the side. Like him and Bremer both playing together.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about 3rd to 4th, depending on Gatti, where he kind of sits. That would be interesting.
Because in theory, you would be lining up with, it would be obviously Bonucci, Bremer, and then, well, technically it's a back 3, but Smalling can play in a back 3. So that's
Yeah.
also a benefit for Smalling
Yeah,
too.
that is the benefit.
So
And it looks like we're sticking with that now.
yeah, I'm not opposed to the move if it's a free and it's less than 3 million.
It doesn't seem horrible.
No, I don't think it does at all. As far as like a depth piece, because we've been running Sandro and Danilo as center backs. Also, and Sandro also is out at the end of the season too.
Yeah, and Danilo is getting the contract, so
Yeah.
that's good to see. Yeah. So speaking of that left back position, I don't know if I want to say heavily linked yet, but the name's coming up more and more. Rafael Guerrero, out of Dortmund, left back there. He's been doing well in the World Cup as well. He's got, I think, a couple assists and a goal. Not mistaken.
So. Yeah. Too bad he's knocked out by Morocco.
Yeah, Portuguese guy, unfortunately. So there's that. But now we're hearing that Pellegrini might come back and then sold for Parisi. Now this, I don't know. The storyline seems to get too complicated at this point.
Well, yeah, because then factor in with Illing's contract renewal and promotion to the first team too. So it's like, what?
Which did happen, guys. It's official. He's definitely extended and reported to make the promotion. So good for him.
Yeah, which follows up Juve's requirement of integrating 2 to 3 young players per season on the squad. So you have Fagioli, you got Illing, and then you got, I mean, you could say Moretti, but Moretti was starting to get integrated towards the end of last year.
Yeah,
so
true enough.
You've got your 3 youngsters, and then possibly you might have Parisi or Ravella coming back. So I don't think Ravella comes back in the winter market though. But
no, it's bad business bringing back your loanies unless you're so desperate, which we're
not
maybe,
really.
Not really, but maybe. I mean, we still have serviceable guys. Just if they get injured, then we're kind of screwed in that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't really have the youth products that you can trust to pull up. I mean, we just threw them all out on loan.
Yeah.
But Pellegrini and Cambiaso, just those 2, isn't it?
Yep.
And then we're looking at Parisi, which is still sort of the same thing. It's not
why do we have
for sure left back.
Yeah, why do we have so many damn left backs, but not really have left backs?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's such a weird thing. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the logic is on that one.
Not logical at all.
Nope.
Oh man. Sorry.
Do we want to cover the whole Exor selling Juve? Because I mean, no one really knows if that's true or not.
I think it was discussed. It's probably one of those things that we talked about it and it got leaked that it was discussed and turned into, they're selling the club.
Because I saw this article where they were linking it to Jeff Bezos, and I'm like, this is gonna be a troll. Like Jeff Bezos buying Juve, like really?
No, go on.
And then Mbappe joins us next summer. Dun dun dun.
Nah, that's too ridiculous. Too ridiculous, guys. No, they were saying it was worth $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know it would be oil money. Who else is going to spend $2 billion on
oil money or Jeff Bezos?
But does Jeff Bezos sport?
He wants to. Jeff
Does
Bezos
he?
Yeah, he wants to. He tried to buy the Lions, and then the Fords were like, "No, we're not selling."
So he doesn't even need to have a good team.
No, he doesn't care. Are you kidding me? Bezos could just get a crappy team. He's got a net worth of $155 billion. Dude could just inject funds into the club.
Interesting.
Bezos is literally like he's what is it? Financial takeover in FIFA. He's like that card. Boom, your transfer budget's 500 million euros.
He would take a spaceship to watch the games.
Yeah, hell, he could take something from Serie C and make them into a Champions League contender.
Before you know it, Alexa is going to be our new manager.
I know. Alexa, what's my starting lineup? Not you, you bum ass.
Oh man. And then she'll ask you, I don't understand that. Would you like me to tell you a joke? Like, damn it, Alexa, just do what I tell you. Oh man, I hate her.
What is Allegri's balls? Searching images.
Oh man. Yeah, so I don't know. It was just something fun to maybe talk about. They did come back and say later in the week that no, we were just kind of talking about it, but I am not looking. This is Elkan, obviously, saying, okay, I'm not seriously looking. It's an idea, but nothing's concrete. So I guess so. Owning a soccer team, football team, it's a flex. It doesn't make a huge amount of money. And here we go, segueing back to Sam Adamo, his last podcast. I think he went into it a bit. From the business perspective, you can make a bit of money. You can make a brand. You can do something big with it. But if you're looking to make money, you don't buy a football club.
No.
There's more lucrative markets. It's more because you want to go to your buddies, all your other billionaire buddies, and say, hey, I own Chelsea. Look at me.
You wanna make money, you buy an NFL team.
Yeah.
11 minutes of play, 3 hours of ads, and all that ad money goes to the owners.
It's insane. It's insane. I don't know. I'm trying to understand this sport. I kid you not. I'm trying. I downloaded Madden.
You should watch the Lions play, man, because the Lions have surprisingly the Lions are the hottest team in the league right now as far as offense. You chose the Colts, man. Those guys barely score a touchdown.
Yeah, okay. It's like a Allegri ball for the NFL, but
you can't win with a Allegri ball in the NFL.
Oh man, I'll be honest. I put on the red zone yesterday while I made the thumbnail for this video. That counts for something. Put on the red zone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dave, watch San Francisco or the Kansas City Chiefs or the Lions or something.
I saw some Mahomes. Mahomes made a play. So some red zone stuff. Yeah. I really wasn't paying attention, man. I was making the thumbnail. It was an excuse to put on some sports on a Sunday. That's all it was, man. Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, screw that. XOR. If we hear more, we'll report more. But it was a thing.
Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, I think it was just banter in the boardroom. They're like, yeah, no, we can't sell it. I think it's what happened was somebody was like, what if we sell the team? It's like that one casual conversation that you have with your buddies. You're like, what if we had a bar? And then someone probably heard it in the hallway in passing. Elkin selling Juve. Gazzetta dello Sport. Here. Or no, what is it? The one that's Milan based. Corella dello Sport, something like that. Starts with a C.
Correa does. I think it's
Correa. Yeah, Correa. And they're like, oh my God, Elkin's selling the team. Scandalous. Send them to Serie C and get rid of all their stuff.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
We need Inter because Inter still needs some stuff because they can't do anything without us helping them. So
they need to build a stadium.
Yeah, the Milan teams need to build a stadium. I think AC Milan's heading in the right direction. Inter's not going anywhere.
No, not with those owners.
No, absolutely not.
Man, we missed a pretty good segue earlier because we were talking about Barca. Unfortunately, this is the last piece of news, and I'm just going to throw it out on an island with zero context or segue. The match against Barca on December 22nd, the friendly, is no longer. So I don't know if we're getting another one. As of now, it's just that Arsenal game. So we'll see.
I wonder if they're gonna release where you can watch these friendlies. I think it's probably the Juventus TV package or whatever the hell that's called.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on the region. I'm hoping it's on just what do I watch? Fubo? But
yeah,
who knows?
I don't think they're gonna put that on Paramount Plus. I doubt it.
My wife's watching Paramount Plus now, eh? She got some free trial. She's actually, you know what? And it's funny, man. She does this to me all the time. I'm not a creative guy. I like my old 90s 2000 sitcoms, as you know. And they had Fraser. I don't know. Fraser had come up in discussion a couple times.
She started watching
kept on recurring. No, I'm like, hey, let's. I actually put it on. It's like we're gonna watch some Fraser. It's been 20 years since I've watched this. So let's see what it's about. She has not stopped watching it all week. I have no idea what season she's in, but what's her face is having a baby now. I don't know what's going on, but she has binge watched the shit out of Frasier.
That's my little brother with Breaking Bad. I showed him a clip of it and went through the entire series in 2-3 weeks or 2.5 weeks. And he just quotes the show now every now and then. I'm like, well, hey, look at that. Big Brother's got taste. And he's like, no, you don't. I'm like, okay. All right, buckaroo.
Oh, man. Well, that was exactly an hour. It's like we planned it tonight, guys.
I know.
Yeah, we stayed pretty good on track.
We didn't go into too many crazy subways. No. I said subways.
Ooh, take me to the subway.
Eat fresh. Too bad their prices went up. Thanks, inflation.
Oh man, I hadn't eaten there in years, and man, we're just on the road, and it's where we stopped. I was so. I don't know if I've complained, bitched about it on here yet on this platform. No, everything had avocado on it. Half the menu had avocado. Like, can I just get a freaking sandwich without avocado on it? I know people love the shit. I understand. I do not. Could I just get one without one? Please.
That's the hipster movement. They want avocado and everything. Though I did everything. I did try. It's called a California omelet. I did make myself one of those where it's like grilled chicken and avocado on an omelet, and it's not bad. It's okay. But would I eat it consistently? Probably not. It's like maybe a once a week kind of thing. But yeah, like whenever someone tells me, "Oh, look, avocado toast," like that's like, dude, seriously, it's slices of avocado on bread. Like,
yeah, it's
really?
not that bad. It was funny because I had mentioned, like, yeah, I don't eat avocados, and this person, hipster, she's obviously younger than me, and she's just like, what?
And Dave, okay, so you're the bane of society.
I have a reasonable excuse. It actually upsets my stomach if I have too much of it. I have an intolerance to it, and I have gotten like pretty ill by eating too much of it.
Here's a better excuse. Shit's expensive because it gets imported from a region not from here, guys. That's why I don't eat it every day, because it's like $5 an avocado.
It also gets grown in a region where there's no water. They have to choose it to either water the plants or have drinking water for the community. So, I'd rather people drink personally.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it was, and this is allegedly, but most of the avocado farms are owned by cartels. So like you hipsters, I was gonna say the hipsters that like spam and like go crazy about avocado are nonchalantly supporting.
I mean, same with bananas.
And I think oranges, any kind of citrus fruit too.
Yeah. I mean, hence the name Banana Republic. We just got political. Man, we got political. There we go.
And on that note, guys, all right, thanks for watching this.
That's how I fix this.
This would be that would be a fun podcast episode with Sam to do.
We could. We got to get him going.
Like we go on his platform and just talk like conspiracy theories with avocados.
If I visit my sister in Montreal this coming holiday, I'm making sure that Sam puts like at least an hour or two away, and I'm gonna tell him we're recording. It's an episode. We're doing an episode. I'm gonna go in his basement or whatever, his parents' basement, wherever he records.
Threaten him. We'll steal his Crocs and sunglasses.
Yeah. So I walk into his front door, just like line up with Crocs. I'm like, just for the record, guys, the Croc. I do it.
Does it have sport mode? Does that have sport mode? No, it doesn't have the thing.
I don't know. I do everything in these.
Sport mode has the thing on the regular Croc where you can pull the strap from the front. Yeah.
Maybe I should get those, man. I've done
you can
some pretty sketchy things in Crocs that I could have used sport mode for.
Yeah, I'm telling you, sport mode is and when I first found out about what sport mode was, I'm like, Crocs can do that? And they're like, yeah.
Wild. No, I just get the slides. I don't like the other whatever, the clogs, I suppose.
The clogs, the full blown Croc.
Too much, man. No, man, it's just easy. You slide in and out. I have dogs, right? Yeah, you sweep every day. There's still hair and crap on the floor. You just gotta put stuff on your feet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you gotta. It's gotta be a nice slide in and a nice slide out, nice pull out.
Yes, so exactly.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take it away.
I gotcha. All right, everybody. Are we doing that? Oh, there we go. Aha. All right, everybody. Thanks for catching in for this episode of our semifinal preview and some talks and some Juve news. Have fun with the Arsenal match, guys. Yusuf, have fun watching the game. KF, hopefully you find some tickets. Hopefully you don't have to slide tackle someone for those tickets. Again, guys, TG1000, 10% discount at the Turin Giants store. Also, we're still on the road to 1,000 subs, so make sure you do the old sub a Rooney, like a Rooney, share a Rooney, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Oh yeah, baby, we'll hit you up for I guess consolation round and final match in a few days' time. We can't wait to see you then. Love you all. Thanks for joining, and have a good night.